The content of this podcast, statements, comments, views, and opinions expressed by the host do not reflect the views of their employers or their streaming platforms. Again, we thank you for tuning in and we hope you enjoy.
Yo, it's Jess from You Were Thinking It, giving you what you deserve, but not without Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, oh my gosh, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me tell you why. It's free. You have the option to record and edit right from your phone or computer. Anchor distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Oh, and did I forget? You do make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. What are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of You Were Thinking It podcast. We appreciate you guys for tuning back in for another episode with the ladies.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you guys doing this weekend?
Hungover.
Tired.
Same. I feel y'all on that.
Oh my God, it's the worst. Being hungover.
You went out?
Low key lit.
No, I didn't go out. I had a FaceTime call, just group of friends, and we just got virtually lit.
That's what's up. What did you do, Jess?
Sorry, I was drinking water. Nothing. I didn't do anything. I'm tired, so I'm just trying to enjoy these 2 days.
Yeah,
of being off. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I just started going back to the office myself Thursday, so my mind is a little bit better because I'm not in the house every damn day. But yeah, I think I lost my mind a little bit because I ended up dyeing my hair last night.
What color?
Red. I'm no longer a blonde. I am a redhead again.
Yeah, I saw that on
my third
Twitter
time
last night.
Okay.
It looked good.
Thank
From what
you.
I saw, it looked good.
Thank you. You know,
but it be like that sometimes. You just want like a change. Like I've done that, just like on a whim. Just went and dyed my hair because I just needed a change for myself.
Yeah, this was definitely like on a whim because it was like 4:00 in the afternoon. I was sitting in the living room, and I'm just like, I'm really bored. And I was texting my friend, and both of us was like, it's nothing to do. And I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go dye my hair. Yeah. I said, I'm about to go to the beauty supply store because I live right behind one. So I was like, I'm just going to go to the beauty supply store and grab a hella bottles of dye and just dye my hair because I'm bored. So, surprise.
And it sounded like it came out great. So
yeah, it did. It came out really nice. So it's all on my Instagram if people want to see it. Well, it was on my story. I don't know how long it's going to be there though. So
yeah.
But yeah, what else did y'all do? Like,
I didn't do nothing. This is like literally, I know I say every weekend I relax, but typically I like run an errand or two. I have done nothing. Yesterday I literally slept in the house all day.
That's a beautiful thing.
That is so beautiful because that's why I said I tried to like do nothing, but I ran a few errands. I'm trying to get like Bria next weekend, maybe next weekend.
Yeah, because I slept last weekend. Bria slept this weekend, so you gotta sleep next weekend.
Just to even put that on my calendar.
Yeah, just to even it out. We need balance.
Exactly.
We need a balance. Okay, so of course, question of the week. Every week we ask y'all a question. We was hella late asking y'all this, but it's all good because we definitely forgot to post it. But we asked y'all, does your family dynamic deter you from coming around? And we got a couple answers. One answer was just a simple yep, like
straight to the point.
Yep. And who's gonna stop me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was from AJG_922. And then second answer was no, I keep my business to myself and dance around other people's drama, period. And that was from Pimp Gangsta Mac, who also left us a really nice review. Thank you, sis.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah,
you could be one of the girlfriends.
I'll send her today. No.
Oh,
But no, that's my best friend Ray. Shout out to her.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah.
Well, she could be one of the girlfriends because she said it was giving her a girlfriend's feel. So
that's what's up.
I love that. So yeah. Okay. All right. So half and half.
Y'all really love me, y'all. My sister's coming out to support.
So weak. So yeah, that was the answers that we received. I think we got some on Facebook, but I can't find them. I'm still trying to learn how to work the Facebook thing. I don't know. Maybe Bria can find them, and if we find them, we'll post them. But yeah, sorry. So whoever answered on Facebook, sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that, you guys.
Get it together one day.
One day. So, all right, let's talk about the shit that's been going on. It's been a long ass week. First and foremost, Breonna Taylor did not get any justice.
Right.
At all.
Right. Yeah. So, on the 23rd of September, the Kentucky Attorney General, I really don't want to say his name because this Negro is an Uncle Tom all the way, but he basically did a news conference and basically, coming out talking about, the verdict of Breonna Taylor. So they only charged one out of the three officers. They charged Brett Hankinson. Mm-hmm. And he was basically charged for wanton endangerment. So, in layman's terms, they basically charged him for the bullets that he shot into the apartment building, but missed. So he was not charged with murder, which is what he should have been charged with.
He's basically charged for reckless ass shooting.
He's charged for shooting at her neighbor's apartment.
Yeah, just reckless ass.
The wall got justice, not her.
The wall, the neighbor's wall, not even Breonna's wall.
Right.
The neighbor's wall. Bitch, fuck the neighbors. They shouldn't be there. Yeah. But no, for real, that's fucked up. All of this is really fucked up.
Yeah. And that's the lowest level felony. He could get 5 years.
Yeah, and he got $15,000 bond.
Yeah.
That's
there
nothing.
Should be no bond.
That's nothing. Because basically they broke into, everybody knows the story. They broke into their house unlawfully because it was the wrong fucking house. And the boyfriend, who is legally permitted to carry a gun, legally licensed to carry a gun, got his legal gun and started shooting because who is in my house,
Right.
So, and in the midst of all of that, Breonna gets hit 8 times.
Right.
Breonna gets hit 8 times, and then after everything is over, they let her lay there because she was still alive. She was still alive for 20 minutes, and they let her lay there. Yeah, they let her lay there. This girl was an EMT, and y'all didn't even have the decency. That's no kind of care for human life, none. Right. You see that this woman is laying on the floor bleeding out. She got hit 8 times. Originally, when they were told about the whole told about the to go into the house, they were told that Breonna was little to or likely not a threat, so there was no point in going in there the way they did in the beginning.
Right.
Because all of this because a postal inspector thought that she was helping her ex-boyfriend deal drugs from her house.
It's never that deep.
Right.
And if you gonna bust in somebody's house, at some point, I don't know what it is with the different jurisdictions, but it's at some point you do announce yourself and say this is such and such police department or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't just keep firing and not saying anything.
Yeah.
And also, she was struck by 6 bullets, but there was only one that was fatal.
Yeah.
So, I just don't get it.
It's crazy.
It's the fact that they really let her sit there for 20 minutes. She was still alive. That is what really makes me mad, because she was still alive. Right. We wouldn't be here if y'all would have just did y'all fucking jobs correctly.
Right. And there's so many other laws that they broke before actually even shooting. What about trespassing? What about breaking in?
That's what I'm saying. At what point was you going to announce yourself?
Exactly. Right. The fact that y'all knew that she wasn't a threat, you shouldn't even have to go in there guns blazing. And the officer that did kill her, he should, even though he should still be charged for what he's charged for. They need to add some more charges because, first of all, the window that he shot her through was shaded and closed, so he was literally blindly shooting.
Right.
Like,
reckless.
Come on now.
Right.
That's like
it could have been a child in that room.
Exactly. But because it was a child in the other apartment or building or whatever, house, wherever, like, oh, now we gotta charge him. Why didn't she get any type of justice? Like, the fact that some media outlets tried to villainize her and say, oh, she was helping with drugs and all this other shit. That woman was an EMT. We're in the middle of a damn pandemic. She was busting her ass. Do you think she got time to be busting some kilos on the side?
Exactly.
Like, what?
And they should question the postal inspector. Like, what evidence, what actual evidence do you have to make you feel like that's happening?
They said because, well, from what I have been hearing, her ex-boyfriend had picked up a box from in front of her house, but it was most likely shoes. Right. So, and the ex-boyfriend is a known drug dealer. So, but I mean, she ain't even with him no more. They tried to get the new boyfriend to lie on her.
Right.
When they tried to charge him for trying to kill an officer. Like, and then the report, their report was so fucked up. Like, as far as like them reporting what they did for this entire raid, it was so fucked up. Like, they basically said that she was a victim, but she didn't have any injuries. She's dead. Like,
right. Yeah, she ain't had no injury. She's dead.
Right.
Like, she's gone.
She's gone. And then they tried to say that there was no use of forceful entry. Like, y'all are lying. Y'all are sitting here lying on your police report. But we're supposed to sit here and trust that you're gonna take care of your community.
Yeah. And
majority of the officers who patrol these communities, they don't live out there.
No, they don't. So they have no connection to the community. They have no sense of what's going on with the people at all. It's literally like a policing. They go in there with a policing mindset, with a containment mindset, controlling mindset. They don't know the people in the community. They don't know Mr. So-and-so that lived on a block that, lived here for the last 30 years. They don't know Miss Hutchinson up the block. They got 3 kids and helping to raise 2 grandkids. Like, they don't have any heartbeat with the community. So they don't know, and they don't care to be cautious when they get these type of calls. That's it. They treat it like a shooting range. Period.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And so they back out protesting. Everybody's back out protesting. And I just hope that everybody keeps that energy throughout, because it was going good with George Floyd and then it died down.
It's always
right. And that's like, it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle, and it's irritating because we have to continuously go through it, and it's like constantly bringing up a past trauma at this point. So a lot of times it's a lot of people are desensitized by it because of the fact that it happens so often and so frequently now. Yeah, and it's just like these protesters, like, they really out here getting locked up, like risking their jobs. Get tired. Yeah, like, y'all just keep that same energy is all I'm asking. Don't let it be performative for a couple of months and then we let it die down, and then somebody else don't get justice, and then we coming back to burn shit down. If you're gonna burn shit down, do it with a purpose.
Right. And what did somebody say? Somebody said, unfortunately, a lot of us were not surprised about what happened with the officers involved in Breonna Taylor's killing.
I wasn't either.
But that doesn't, just because we're not surprised does not mean that it's not traumatic.
Exactly. That's why we're not surprised, because
exactly, it's so traumatic, and literally this week has just been so draining as a result.
Yeah. Just a mixture of shit with RBG dying, and we got to worry about Trump trying to push somebody into the Supreme Court. At this, like, it's already a lot going on, and come on now, fucking Uncle Tom AG of Louisville.
Yeah. Basically.
Like, damn, I hope Donald is dicking you down the way you doing this, the way you got shit going. So yeah, I don't even know what else to say about that. She definitely deserved her justice.
All I know is the FBI is supposed to be doing their own investigation, but we'll see, because
That's part of the process too. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I'm not gonna knock it, but all I say is we'll talk about that at a later date if need be.
Also, can y'all stop hiring Ben Crump to talk for y'all? I'm so sick of seeing his ass. I'm just tired of seeing him. Stop hiring Ben Crump, please. Please. He don't win no cases. Y'all just gonna get a settlement and he gonna go to the next one.
Yeah.
For the cameras.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Do not hire Ben Crump for your shit, man.
Yeah.
That man been around since Trayvon Martin and he ain't disappeared yet. I'm sick of him.
No.
What else are we talking about?
Moneybag and Ari.
Oh, Moneybag. Moneybag recently had a birthday looking like the oldest nigga walking, but he is definitely only 29, but that nigga looks 58.
Lies. I don't believe it. I need to see a birth certificate. That nigga is giving very much 32.
He is giving
32?
senior. He's giving senior discount vibes that I have. Like, no, I am getting AARP card vibes. No. Early bird special vibes, okay? No, that man looks all of 75.
Yeah,
so,
he do look, and that drinking did not help make him look any younger.
Nope, none. Shout out to Megan and Ari for dealing with that. Like, I love his music. His music is fire, but I couldn't see myself. He looks like a cartoon character to me.
Well, I think with Megan, it was more so just like a business type of thing, and they even said that I think she made a statement about that, like after they quote unquote broke up. But with Ari, I don't know.
I mean, Ari's one of those passing rounds that's in the industry. So
somebody said she looked like Thomas the Train, and
she does.
I cannot like remove that from my memory.
Like the moon emoji with lashes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that, but now that y'all saying it, I'm sitting here thinking like, well, damn, dude, she look like that?
She looks like. Look at the moon emoji. Everybody go on your phones, pull out the moon emoji, the dark moon emoji, and say she don't. Just throw some lashes on it and say she don't look like that shit.
Oh my god, even her face is a little circular. So
yeah, it's a little odd.
But yeah. Basically what happened was Ari brought him a Maybach for his birthday, right? And so a lot of dudes on social media, like this, it's like this trend now for dudes to ask their girls, like, hey, are you gonna buy me a Maybach? And some girls was like, oh yeah, I'll buy you one if I got the money. And some girls is like, no. But I wanted to put in perspective, first of all, Moneybag brought Ari her dream car a few months ago for her birthday. He brought her the Lamborghini truck. So this is like a give and take type of relationship. Niggas, don't be out here thinking that you gonna be a cheating, trifling, future type of dude having babies everywhere and that you deserve a Maybach. Exactly. He gave her her dream car. So in return, because they apparently really love each other, she did the same for him. This ain't no, oh, you my nigga, so I'm gonna be splurging on you type of situation.
Right.
And what I tell y'all, I was like, at this point, if me and my dude making that much money, and at this point, if I'm buying you stuff like that with that price tag, we not boyfriend girlfriend.
Right.
Like, we married. We got some stocks probably. We doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
And at this point, we not focused on cars. We worried about jets.
Exactly.
We got places to be.
Exactly.
In 0.2 seconds.
I mean, I feel that, but
and also I saw this dude who was like, oh, I ain't see not one bitch say goals for Ari
because y'all are not worth the fucking Maybach
but
truck.
I was just like, hold up. But you calling females out of their name. You think you deserve one?
Right. Exactly. You calling somebody a bitch in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of this climate that we are living in, where Black women are being disrespected and not getting their justice and things like that. You gonna turn around and call a Black woman a bitch? Like, nigga, fuck out of here. That's exactly why you're not worth the fucking Maybach. You're not even worth the fucking PS5. You about to get the PS1. You're giving me PS2 vibes, nigga.
Yeah, but then it just shows you the immaturity and
fuck around and buy you a Dreamcast, nigga.
That shit is toxic, but so much they praise materialistic things, and I'm just like,
I mean, that's normal.
Hold your Maybach. I don't even want that. Like, give me trust, give me loyalty.
So you wanted them? I'm gonna buy my man an LLC before I buy him a PlayStation 5.
So, well, first of all, PlayStation 5, that's going to take up all your time. You could buy it on your own.
That's very true.
True.
And I ain't buying you a LLC.
Well, I'm just using.
I mean, LLCs realistically they don't cost that much. So.
No, I know. It was a joke, but
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think I saw one of the tweets floating around.
Yeah, where the girl bought her boyfriend an LLC and he was mad as hell.
Yeah, and the dude commented was like something. You lying?
Right.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
But nah, like, yeah, so, and she just I was just laughing at the videos of them together, of him, like, yelling in her ear. Funny. She was so annoyed.
Yeah.
It was, like, one video where she kind of looked at the camera for, like, help, and I lost it. I lost it. I was like, damn, son.
Because he was being, like, extra rough.
Men, when they're drunk, are just the worst. They are
Not
the
all
worst.
Men.
Majority of them. They be real, like, leaning on you, especially if they love you. They be leaning on you. They be like yelling in your ear. They don't even know how loud they are for real. They be most of them be sweaty as hell.
And he definitely was sweaty. And I think he was pulling on her ponytail. Damn, hold up.
Not pulling on her ponytail.
Yeah, like he was leaning on her, but in the midst of leaning on her, he was like kind of pulling her ponytail at the same time. So that part was funny.
I mean, I guess that whole situation was just funny.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is going on. So Tory Lanez is fucking canceled. Cancel. Did you not read the room? Why would you do this? Why would you do this, you midget bitch? Why would you do this?
Yeah,
like because like I was really upset about this, and I think it was more upsetting because this was the day after Breonna Taylor's verdict.
Yeah.
So I was just like, why would you do this dumb shit? So everybody know Megan got shot by Tory. Earlier to couple months, like a month. Like right, it's all the facts are there. All the facts are there, and it's like Tory has been silent since July, since the incident happened. He hasn't said anything. So Tory gets on Twitter a couple days ago and posts this like ominous little message like, "Oh, I got time today. Wait till 9:00 Pacific Standard Time." And everybody originally thought he was just, gonna go live and talk about it because that would make more fucking sense. No, this nigga decides to drop a 17-track fucking album.
Oh gosh.
In the midst of all of this shit going on, and basically profit off of Megan's trauma.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I want to fight that little fucker.
But you know what he said? He was like, "Oh, that was my mother's birthday. I wanted to drop it on my mother's birthday." What?
No, don't nobody give a fuck. I'm
Why
sorry.
Would you, but still, it's just adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah. That really just like, and then the majority of the album was him disrespecting black women, not even just Megan. Like he was dissing a whole bunch of fucking black female artists. And you're talking about doing this on your mother's birthday. So either way, you fucked up. Because why would you disrespect black women on your mother's birthday, who is a black woman, and then you're gonna release this on the day after a black woman was denied justice for her murder? Like you just losing both sides. Like there was no way you thought this out. Your PR team fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And I could appreciate Bun B. He said something. He was like, first, I don't know if y'all want me to drop the attorney general for Louisville, but anyway, he was like, first he gets that bullshit decision about Breonna Taylor murders. Now Tory Lanez makes a diss record about Megan after he shot her. Mm-hmm. Black men, we gotta do better.
Mm-hmm. Because he was in the midst of him disrespecting the list of black women that he was disrespecting in these like songs and shit. He was praising Kylie like, "Oh, she looks like a baby angel."
But I think that was on the track Queen and Slim.
I don't fucking know because I didn't give him no streams. I was listening.
Oh no, I didn't listen to it. This was in the reports that I was reading. They were just basically taking some of his lyrics and posting them like it was on this track.
Yeah, because I was listening to the little snippets that when people was listening to it on Twitter, because a lot of people was like, I'm not giving him no streams, like I'm not either. It don't matter. It's already, the shit is already number one because niggas don't care, and that's another thing. I'm calling you niggas out on the timeline. Y'all all you protect black women ass niggas that was on the timeline the night before about Breonna Taylor. All y'all motherfuckers was up there tomorrow. This Tory Lanez album fire, man. Fuck out of here.
Wait, he called out Jay-Z.
He said he basically, it wasn't a call out to Jay-Z, but it was more like, I don't give a fuck, because Megan is signed with Roc Nation, so he was like, I don't give a fuck if she know Jay-Z type shit. But y'all he better be careful, because Jay-Z ended the shit out of Chris Brown's career for a couple of years. So he better hope that Jay-Z don't have that same energy when it come to him.
Can I be honest though? Can I be transparent?
It's a safe space. We might judge you, but it's a safe space.
Yeah, I mean, I did listen to part of it. I didn't listen to the whole thing, and that's because I really wanted to hear what the hell he was going to say, like how he was going to try to like explain the situation. But in terms of like the Bun B, and I think like Rick Ross went on Instagram.
Child, Rick Ross said that his album
little car.
No, the little car. He said he heard his album went double acrylic on that pill.
Yeah, and I was like, but you know what? I feel like we all as a whole, like general public, I don't know if we will ever know the 100% like full details of what happened. And so it's crazy because everybody is like, the rappers are like, everybody's tuning in. And I was talking to my mom, and she was like, you know what's crazy though? Is like, she's like, I know who Bun B is. And she's like, I know a little bit of Rick Ross. She was like, but there's other ways to also, I don't want the whole black woman thing, for protecting black women to become performative, like Black Lives Matter.
Girl, that shit been performative.
I feel like it's a lot of people that's jumping on a bandwagon because they feel like it sound good, it look good, but they don't really mean it. Like, no disrespect to them, but like, okay, you may not have actually allegedly shot a woman, but it's other ways to protect us. Like, y'all, Bun B, Rick Ross, y'all done had plenty of music videos and plenty of rap lyrics calling women bitches and hoes and throwing champagne and throwing money. So it's like, okay, yeah, it's good that y'all supporting Megan, that y'all standing for her. You know what I'm saying? Especially since she really don't have like family right now or anything like that. But there's other ways to protect black women. Like, you can't do all of these things or have a career of doing these things, and not saying that people can't change, because they can. But it's like, don't jump on a bandwagon, especially Rick Ross. And he was calling him out and saying we need to protect black women, but he was tagging all his businesses in the live. Like, what you tagging your businesses for? Wingstop and Bel Air Liquor, and what does that have
That's
to
a
do
whole different story than I had before about
with Breonna Taylor? Like,
well, I mean, we already know that a lot of most of the stuff right now is performative because niggas don't got shit to do. Like, ain't none of these artists going on tour right now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of these artists out here meeting, doing anything for real. Like, most of these celebrities, if they still, quarantining and shit, they in the house. So everybody right now is just being forced to look at the shit that's happening in the world, and now it's just like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. But I guarantee you, if and when we get the country back in order and shit, starts going back to the normal, oh, they ain't gonna be on that bullshit no more. This is all a wave. This is all just a wave we riding. Well, not us, but just a wave that's being ridden by people to get us through quarantine, because this is what's trending right now. Everything, there are some people who live that life, who don't, use the word bitch, who don't, do certain things that will ultimately protect black women in more ways than one. But majority of these motherfuckers, Rick Ross and all of them, like, I'm not saying it's a joke, but it's just like, it's something to keep you relevant until you can go back on tour.
Right.
Like, and most, like I said in previous episodes, these motherfuckers do not care. Most of these celebrities don't give a fuck. They just try to make sure that their base is with them, that their base stay with them, and that's it. Like, they just stay relevant. That's why I'm like, I'm not pressed for celebrities no more. Like, my friend texted the group chat. She wanted to talk about this whole situation, and I was like, the only reason that I'm giving this shit any energy is because I have a podcast, and we probably gonna have to talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, other than that, I would not be giving this shit my energy because I'm so over celebrities, bro. I'm so over that shit. I don't give a fuck about these people because they don't care about me.
This is exactly it's no shade to whoever used social media, but this is exactly why I stay off of it. It's so toxic. It's too many opinions.
It's too many
platforms that people put their opinions that sometimes really just doesn't matter. It doesn't add value. Mm-hmm. And when it becomes that toxic, I have to remove myself from the equation.
Yeah, like, it's toxic. My whole thing is you just gotta know how to use it. Like, some people literally use social media just because, because it's just something to do, and you just talk to different people, whatever. But there are some people who literally use it.
Yeah, it gets abused.
It gets abused, and that's what you gotta know. And that's been a thing.
That's why it's just not my forte. But
like, I'll be real quick to tell people on Twitter, I don't give a fuck about y'all opinion, because when I close this app, none of you motherfuckers is in my face.
Yeah.
So, but Alex, you done already said you're toxic.
Well, I mean, that's true, because if I close any app, ain't nobody in my face. So it is what it is. But still, like, just saying, like, just to be on topic, like, once I close that app, that's it. Like, I don't care about nobody's opinion on this app. Y'all don't fucking know me. The only people that I care about on this app are people I know in real fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Other than that, I don't care about what you doing with your life. I don't care about what he doing with his life. I don't care about what you think what he doing with his life. I don't care. It's not my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the main thing. So we're probably never going to get the story, the full story about it, which is fine with me, because at the end of the day, that's a private situation.
Yeah.
It's a private situation. Apparently there was a relationship between the two of them and shit went south. We don't need to know all that. We don't need to know anything else, but shit went south. That's it. But the fact that what makes me mad is how Tory drops this album, and now Megan has to again relive this, because now it's back on debating on if he actually did it. Megan's a liar. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now she got to relive this again.
He definitely should have thought that part through. Like you've
been quiet
some ass, this long. You've been quiet this long. Like another week, another month would not have killed you to just, if he was that pressed to put something out. He definitely should have,
or you shouldn't about that. Or you shouldn't have fucking put out an album about this shit. You should have talked about it. Yeah, you should have came out and said something. Like, you don't see Megan out here capitalizing off of her getting shot. No. She, you know what I'm saying? Like, she not out here bragging about it. Like, you out here dissing a whole bunch of other artists because they don't fuck with you, because you did Megan dirty, you did a black woman dirty, you did a woman dirty. Mm-hmm. Period. Like, nigga, please. And you're fucking 5'3", you're not 5'7", because you're not taller than me. Fucking midget. He gonna act like people ain't never seen him in real life.
Right. Yeah.
You could tell when somebody's short, and just even in his pictures, he looks extremely short.
He looks short. No, because it was so funny though. That was one of the debates on Twitter the night that this shit dropped. And because everybody was talking about how he said he was 5'3", he was 5'7", he really 5'3", and me and my friend who went to Chris Brown's concert, he was on it as well, and we were like, did y'all get that alert?
Yeah, but it came through like 30 seconds before yours.
Oh, mine just came through. Okay. Anyway, me and my friend, we was front row at the Chris Brown concert, and he was on it. So we took pictures, and so I started looking through my pictures. I'm like, I know this nigga not 5'7", because he's not taller than me. But it was some dude on Twitter that pulled up this picture of him and Jacquees, and he was like, nigga, you are not 5'7", because Jacquees is 5'5", and they was like right next to each other, like height wise. They was right next to each other. I was cracking up. That's crazy. I said, oh man, y'all play too much, but y'all Twitter will do their thing, and they will figure that shit out. But yeah, fuck Tory Lanez. Because that was some raggedy shit. Like, that was so raggedy.
Yeah, the whole situation is just so terrible and sad. But it is private. I'm getting to the point too now where I don't care.
Yeah.
At all. But I guess that leads us into our actual topic for today, which is about colorism. Well. Yeah, colorism, I guess I should say, within the Black community. So we wanted to talk about this because a video, I guess it kind of went viral a little bit on Instagram. I saw, and I think it's on Twitter as well, where it's like this African-American girl, she's dark-skinned to be specific about this because it kind of ties into the topic. She went around, she asked a different like different dudes. They all were African American as well. She asked them about their preference when it came to dating women. Like, I think she started off with asking if they would date white women or black girls, and then it tied into like a whole light skin versus dark. And they were like just blatantly being disrespectful, like right in her face, right to her. Like, one of the dudes was like, "Nah, I'm not dating a light skinned girl because they mean." And he was like, I would never date a dark skinned girl because they're mean. I would rather date a white girl or a light skinned girl, because it's like you go out into the world and you get treated harshly, and you got to come home and you got to deal with all of this attitude from this dark girl. He's like, nah, I'm not dealing with that. And she was like, I'm dark. And he was like, yeah. She was like, so you wouldn't date me? He was like, no. And she was like, you don't even know me. He was like, but I'm pretty sure you're like that. And I was like, wow,
like,
really?
That's crazy for you to look at me in my face and make an assumption about who I am.
Right. And the girl was crazy. Like, she was sweet as pie. Like, she was still like shocked and appalled at their responses, but she still kept a level head and was like really respectful, even though these dudes was being disrespectful to her. So it's like, what in our community, right, is being passed down? And I'm pretty sure there's several answers that can be given to this question. But what in our community is being passed down or is being taught to make our black men feel like dark women are something to be belittled or disrespected, or we're not pretty, or we're not worthy? It's just, or to even put us against each other, light skin and dark skin. It's just crazy.
I mean, but that's a historic thing. That's
society.
That's all the way. That's
and they go back to slavery.
I'm about to say that goes all the way back to slavery, because light skin was a house niggas and everybody else was field niggas if you was darker than I think like a paper bag. And then it also goes to like fraternities and more sororities for AKA back in the day. They used to have the paper bag test. And if you wasn't as light or lighter than a paper bag, you couldn't even pledge that sorority.
Right.
And if you did, you would get hazed like really, really bad.
Right.
So that shit is it's all the way back. It's all the way back. That's why people are like, oh, light skinned people think they better than us, and it's just like, okay, like, we all black at the end of the day. Who gives a shit? Like, you being lighter than me don't make you better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, who has time for that shit? Who cares?
Yeah. I guess the video took me by surprise. Well, it didn't take me by surprise. Well, let me be honest. It did and it didn't. It was like, okay, as a dark-skinned woman, this is something that I've heard all my life, like growing up and going to school, like not from my family, but from people outside of my household and things like that. Right. Like, oh, you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl. You got nice hair for a dark-skinned girl. Like, I would never forget, like when I was in middle school, I had a core group of female friends, and we all hung out together all the time. And it was like me and two other girls in that specific group. We were dark skinned, and my hair used to be really long. And they were like, oh my god, like, are y'all mixed with something, or like, what's going on? Because I've never seen a dark skinned girl with long hair. And it was like really,
that's offensive.
It was offensive, and it was kind of like a trauma. It was a little bit of a traumatizing situation, because it was like right in the open in front of everybody, and me and one of the other girls was kind of looking like, well, damn, like, first of all, I'm not mixed with anything. Both of my parents are black, and their parents are black, and their parents before them are black. So It's like, this is genetics. Like, and it goes to a conversation that kind of like has been had a lot recently. Like, black women can grow long hair. So
we can. We can
definitely grow long hair.
My hair now is longer than it was when I was younger, but my hair when I was younger was in the middle of my back. So
yeah, exactly. And it's just like, why does it have to be this way? Like, I have seen light-skinned girls that are gorgeous. Dark-skinned girls that are gorgeous, light-skinned girls that may not be as such, and dark-skinned girls that may not be as such. But to have this type of mentality, and it's such a widespread thing amongst people, where, especially in our community, where it's like, when you're dark-skinned, you're looked at as something other automatically.
Yeah,
it's just wild to me.
Yeah, that it's. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I haven't experienced anything like that, because I'm not dark skinned. I'm medium tone, like a little darker than caramel type, So I haven't haven't experienced anything like that. I mean, I've experienced, oh, your hair is long. You know, most black women's hair is not long type shit. But at this point in my life, my attitude is so like, who the fuck are you? Why do I care what you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, so when because I saw that same video that you're talking about, and I was just like, these are fucking kids. Like, who cares? Like that was my immediate reaction. Like, I'm just like, it sucks because y'all have like these. Y'all are being brought up to think this way, and it's clear that, like, you know, it comes from society. It comes from, nowadays it comes from social media and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I just won't mess with nobody who think like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just, because when I'm telling you, when I saw that video, I was like, aren't they all in school? Like, who gives a shit? These are like teenagers.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not something that you need to. It's not something that I personally am going to like stop my day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think what was so wild about it was the fact that they are so young. Like, when you're that young, you're very impressionable. You do what you see, you do what you hear. You're most kids, I'm not gonna say all, because I really wasn't like that. Like, you follow the crowd, and then at the same time, like you said, Alex, what are you being taught at home? It's people out here that actively, religiously won't date women of a certain skin tone because they don't want their kids to be that skin tone. I've heard of it. I've seen it. I know people who have done it. I know people who do it in the community. Oh, well, I'm not dating him, or I'm not dating her because they're dark, or I'm not dating them because their hair's too nappy. Like, we still have that slave mentality, and it speaks back to what we were saying earlier. Like, it goes down from generation to generation. So when people nowadays hear us talk about it, and they act like, oh my God, you guys still talk about slavery? Like, that was 400 years ago. Yeah, but we still experiencing the side effects from it within the government, within our own community. Like, it's people that actively go out here to try to pass for white because they light enough. It's people out here that just treat in the work, it can affect you in the workplace. My mom has had stories about that in the workplace in the 90s, you know, where people didn't want to promote her because she was dark skinned, or she got treated a certain way because she was an attractive dark skinned female. So it's something that still affects us. And I was like, damn, for them to be so young, you want times to change, you want things to improve. And it's like, if my mom has experienced it, and I have experienced it, I don't have kids, but damn, does this mean my kids and their kids gonna still experience it? And more than likely, yes.
Right.
But even though that is a strong fact, I would still want to do my part and my due diligence to try to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
And it also goes through media, like, you know, because like the age-old argument about colorism is like with Martin, with the show Martin, and how Gina was, you know, the light skinned, he was baby girl, you know, he loved her enough, and he would always clown Pam. Pam couldn't keep a man. Pam had, you know, beauty beads, So that's like one of the main arguments people use when it comes to colorism. But it's not just Martin. Like, it's all kinds of shit. Anything that be on TV, like, I've noticed it a lot. When I was watching TV, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just always the lighter person is always that preferred person, like, and the darker person. This is one of the reasons actually why I say fuck Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry always got it where it's a dark skinned villain and a light skinned hero. It's like, oh, come, let's go to church. That's always the end result. The light skinned dude take the girl to church, like. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's one of the reasons why I be saying, like, fuck Tyler Perry, because it's like you use your movies to create black trauma or recreate black trauma, and then on top of that, you still holding up this narrative that light skinned people are just way better than dark skinned people. It's all over the media, like music videos, all of that shit. It's very, nowadays it's not, but go back like 5 years, it was very very common to see a light skin. It's very rare, I'll say that, to see a dark skinned video vixen. You know what I'm saying? Like, even that's true. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, all of this shit this is age old, like, arguments from way back after slavery. You know, before shit, it's always been some light skin. You know, light skin is the right skin type shit. And but what I don't like is how some people will say that their preference of choosing to not date like not date a black girl or date like a white girl, whatever, is them not loving their mother or, not loving their sister because they're black. That doesn't make sense to me. Because I had a phase in like high school. I had crushes on light skinned dudes. It wasn't that I didn't like dark skinned dudes. I just had a crush. Every crush that I had was a light skinned dude. So, and it's not that I don't, love my brothers. I just didn't have a crush on a dark skinned dude at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people just have a preference, and that's okay too. As long as you're not, bashing. Yeah. As long as you're not bashing, it's cool. But I just don't like. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because they did the same thing with Chris Brown with the the Indigo album that dropped, and one of his songs, he said something about like he only date bitches with good hair, and everybody instantly thought that he was saying, oh, he only date other races. I mean, now we all know Chris Brown got a type, but that's his preference. You know what I'm saying? Like him saying that I only date girls with good hair does not instantly mean that he don't fuck with black women. So why is that the first thing that came to mind? You get what I'm saying?
Because it's something that people say about black women. Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, why would that be the first thing to come to mind? It's a preference. Like, we all know Chris Brown date black and Asian women. Like, the Blasian women. It's clear that he has a type, but he's not bad. He wasn't. Why would your mind instantly go to, oh, he's bashing a black woman because he said he only date girls with good hair?
Because that's the thing.
But that needs to change.
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
Like, if he has a preference, and if you're a fan or that's his preference, why are you making a big debate? But you have some people who might not want to believe he has a preference.
I mean, it's not even just him, but I was just using that as an example.
That's what I'm using him as a reference.
Yeah, because that's just that. It all just doesn't make sense, and there are men, like regular ass men, who are not Chris Brown, that think that same way. Like, oh, I want a girl with curly hair. There's nothing wrong with wanting a girl with curly hair.
I've been told, and this was like in middle school, like somebody told me that they wouldn't talk to me because I wasn't light skinned.
Well,
I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. Like, that's what I'm like, okay. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, it gets to a point. Well, I hate to sound cheesy, but self-love is important, because I've grown to a point. Even though I have my flaws and all, I like who I am. I love my skin color.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Exactly. At the end of the day, there is somebody out there who finds you attractive. It has nothing to do with skin tone or anything like that. So as long as you love yourself, that's all that matters. Anything that's for you will come to you.
Because and I'm gonna go back to that real quick. Go back to that Chris Brown line, because when he said that in the song, I was like, oh, bitch, that's me. Like, I immediately thought of myself. I was like, I got good hair. Fuck you for it. So that's that self-love shit. Like, oh, I'm a bad bitch. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Right.
The point Alex is trying to make is that Chris Brown would be hers.
No, that's not that. No, that's what that was not where I was going with that.
Because she always saying something about getting Chris Brown. It's okay, Alex.
But that wasn't what. That really wasn't what I was saying.
Really wasn't.
It's okay.
I really wasn't. It's like,
I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying, I instantly, upped myself.
You didn't
instead of being like, I didn't immediately be like, oh damn, why would you say that? Like, I immediately thought of my fucking self. Like, he's like, I only date black, I only date girls with nice hair. I was like, oh bitch, my curl pattern is lit. So
right, exactly. And there's people out here that actually think like, hey, as long as you got hair, you have good hair. Good hair is just somebody who if you don't have no hair at all, then that's something different. And some people do suffer from like cancer and of course like chemo and like alopecia. So I mean, it's like Alex, really what she's saying is like, you gotta create your own standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let what other people's preferences or what they want affect you.
Right. Because
somebody
like it.
Somebody like Idris Elba might not be dying to be with you. Like, you got to create your own standards, and you got to play to your strengths. Like, ain't nobody you, can't nobody be you, and do it. Do that's all it really is at the end of the day.
That's it. That's really it. Because it's like, why sit there and wallow at the fact that somebody said, oh, I only date people with like or some shit, and then you like, oh, I need to go get some contacts. Man, fuck that nigga. Move on. Like, move on. It might be a nigga that like your little dark brown eyes. Don't worry about
Look,
that.
don't miss out on your blessing because you trying to chase something that don't want you.
Hello?
Because of how you look, and vice versa. Don't miss your blessing because you're
hung up.
You're narrowing your options by having this particular look.
Yeah, that's true.
That might be rare to find. So
that's true too.
You just might be single for the rest of your life.
It's people,
and that's okay. As long as
people
you're okay
that I know. It's people that I know like have literally said like, I just like people. I like women's faces. Like I would rather date a cute girl with no body, than the ugly bitch with a body or something like. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody has their preference, and there's nothing wrong with that. I ain't got no type, so Chris Brown the only nigga I like. So.
Oh my gosh.
Now I was getting there, Jack.
No comment. Let's keep this thing going.
Oh my god. But yeah, I
get it.
I mean, it's no reason to. The whole thing with the lyric that I had referred to earlier, like my whole point was just don't immediately think negatively of yourself when something like that happens. Because like I said, when he said that shit, I said, oh, bitch, my hair hit my ass, so say no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, nothing wrong with that. So, don't instantly, but like, that's something that we have to get out of our heads as well, because like you said, this is a genetic thing that has been happening for years, and it's hereditary for us to immediately think that, light-skinned people think they better than us or whatever, what have you, and it's just like, you don't have to think like that. Like,
that's true. We have to not tear each other down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I've even made jokes, and I'm gonna be transparent and hold myself accountable. Like, I've made comments and jokes to people like, oh, that's that light skin stuff.
I mean, that's that light skin shit, because let's be real, because of what society says about light skinned people makes them feel so superior. They be on that light skin shit.
They do. But you gotta remember that light skin shit is shit that has been happening since fucking slavery, because them light skinned bitches that was in the big house, they thought they was better than dark skinned people. So they always been on that light skin shit since the beginning of light skin shittery. They've been on that light skin shit. Regardless,
and you can apply that to all of them.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm getting at. Like, it's a real thing, and I'm pretty sure they make comments about us as darker, skin folk as well. Mm-hmm. But it's like you can't apply that to everybody, because I don't want to be, unconsciously helping to create a bigger divide.
Yeah,
this is what I'm getting at. Like, it's true. It is a real thing. I've experienced it. I've seen people do it. But it's like, I agree. Like, you gotta do your part too, to not make people feel like it's a divide or it's a gap, or like they different from you. Because at the end of the day, we all black, and to the other communities, I hate to say it, but they all labeling us as niggas at the end of the day, regardless of what our skin tone is. So we gotta come together internally, because they're gonna try to do their best to tear us apart. We don't need to do it to each other.
Yep. And then like on top of that, it was back in the day, like Twitter, like I said, if we go back, like now, you would never catch these like kind of jokes that used to be on Twitter and like just out in the open period about light skin and dark skin women, and all about dark skin women specifically. Like, but back in the day, like 2013, 2014, Twitter once again was a very hard fucking app. And if you didn't have that self-confidence, like, you would get your feelings hurt immediately, especially if you part of like Black Twitter and shit. You would get your feelings hurt immediately. So like there were times I have seen dark-skinned women be referred to as roaches on Twitter, like all types of shit back in the day. And it's just like it was normal. That was all some normal shit. It was normal. Like, even now you barely see celebrities dating a dark-skinned woman. Like, it's very rare that a celebrity is dating a dark-skinned woman, because the majority of the pass-arounds in the industry are light-skinned or mixed, and it's just like these are people that other people look up to for some reason. Like, a lot of people look up to rappers' baby mamas for something, and and all of these, it just looks like you're not going to be able to make it in this industry if you're not a certain look, a certain weight, a certain size, certain skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I noticed that a lot of people, like, everybody makeup look the same. It's all long black hair, long black eyelashes, and it's just like, and light skin, and it's just like, okay, can we get some? We are a diverse as culture. We are a diverse ass race. Can we get some of that diversity? Like, that's something. Because everybody who pops up in Hollywood is always the same fucking look, and it's annoying.
Yeah, that's the propaganda that they want to push is like the ideal, like, beauty. Like, if you don't look like this, then you're not pretty. But we know otherwise. We know what's really real out here. Because for real, like we said a few episodes before, like, we are the culture, and a lot of the stuff that they try to push and try to make seem like it's popular. Oh, like, this is a new trend. Man, black girls been doing that. Like, exactly. We've been.
Did y'all see it was a lady, I think it was in like the UK. She said her daughter found out a brilliant idea by going to sleep with her shower cap on, so she saves time in the morning. And it looked like she had on a bonnet.
A bonnet. I was about to say a bonnet. Like, my mouth was wide open. Like, what? But that's like when they had it was a picture. I can't remember how far back this was. It might have been a couple years, like 4 years. And they had this picture of this white girl, and they was like, oh, she got little mini buns in her hair, and it was fucking Bantu knots. And I'm like, this is not a trend. Like, they had all these different hair scarves, but they was fucking do-rags, and it's like, like, why we created these things, and the fact that we don't see them, like, it's not okay. We don't see them on ourselves, but somebody else pops up with it, and it's like, oh my god, this is such a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, they was talking about micro braids. Like, somebody said something about micro braids. It was some article, and I'm just saying here, like, didn't Beyonce have micro braids back in like the 90s? Like, she stayed with micro braids. So it's just like, it wasn't a thing until this particular person, you know what I'm saying, or this particular race did it, and it's
her and Brandy was the hell out of micro braids.
Okay, I'm surprised they got edges. Cause, shit. Because Beyonce was rocking them micro braids like that was her hair. Like, she stayed with that shit in her hair. So I'm just like, y'all just, people got to do better. Like I said, stop thinking of yourself in a negative light and stop allowing social media and just the society in general try to tell you who to be. Everybody's created differently. Everybody has their own look. Everybody has their own vibe. Just ride your own wave. Like, fuck these people. I like Twitter now, like, compared to back in the day, it's so much more supportive to, like, just people, to just black people in general. Like, it's always about, you know, supporting black businesses, and if a model is up there, they're, you know, up in the model, up in the photographer. Like, that's the type of shit that we need to have roll over into real actual life, instead of just being, you know what I'm saying, like, instead of just being internet support. Like, yeah, that's good, but let's have it roll over to, like, a person, like, physically being like, okay, you know, like, you know how, like, we used to go out to the clubs and stuff, you walk down the street, somebody might be like, okay, bitch, your dress is nice, or, you know, let's have that actually happen in real life.
Like, that's true.
Like,
I just see some girls, they just be looking good. I'm like, okay, y'all.
Girl, it's like back when me and my best friend used to go out, Adams Morgan. We always somebody, like, one of us or somebody from another party, y'all look good. Oh, y'all look good. You know, it's nothing wrong with that. Like, and black women, we do it more because we're more comfortable with our sexuality than men are. But it's just like, we stay doing that, and I see it on Twitter all the time, but you can't find no black man that's gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's tough or whatever.
And it don't even have to be a sexualized thing. Yeah, if you look good, you look good. If your shoes is nice, your shoes is nice. If your outfit is well put together, it's well put together. So I'm gonna let you know, like, hey, I like that. Like, I like what you did right there. That's a nice look. I mean, but
girls are a little bit more descriptive, because I know if I see a girl walking down the street, her butt big, I'm gonna be like, okay, ass fat, okay.
Oh my god, Alex. Only you.
I'll be so quick to tell a girl her butt big. I don't care. Yeah. But nah, I mean, that's what it is. It's like, it's that you just gotta be comfortable with it. You know, like, just be able to take to up yourself. Don't immediately start to think that somebody is bashing you because you might not fit their preference or whatever. Like, it's not that serious. Because, like I said, fuck these people.
Yeah, that's true. But to add to that too, like Jess was saying earlier, there is a distinction between preference and like being discriminative, because you can say I like A, B, C, D, but you don't have to put down the rest of the alphabet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like me saying, oh, A is my favorite letter for whatever reason, but B is some trash, man. B some shit. It's like, what? Why you just can't say, oh, I love A for all of these reasons and leave it at that? Like, that's the difference between this is my preference and just being plain disrespectful to somebody.
Yeah, it's a difference between disrespect and just not being interested, and that's fine. Like, just don't. That's cool. Just don't bash us. Like, exactly. It's not that hard.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit.
So I guess that like takes us to the question of the week, Jess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes. So the question of the week is: have you ever found yourself being a colorist?
Being a colorist, dude? No, not really. Because I don't give a fuck about people enough to care about if you light skin. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean,
with the exception of being on that light skin shit, no.
Yeah, like,
and it's not something I always use.
Yeah, it's outside. I guess it depends on who you ask. Somebody might look at that as being colorist, but I'll take accountability for that. It may not be the best thing to say, but outside of that, no, I don't exhibit colorist traits or anything like that.
Yeah, so we'll post it. I promise we'll post it today. Because we definitely didn't host it.
We forgot last time.
Yeah, we forgot last time. That's because we was all in person. By the end of the day, we was
turned. I personally was definitely on a buzz.
Yeah, you were on one that last episode, because but it's good to see y'all. So hopefully we can do that again soon. And this time actually have a video.
Yeah, my mom did say, and she was like, y'all said y'all was gonna show y'all face, and I was like, I don't see no video.
Right.
I was like, it's because
we had some issues.
Yeah, but I figured some things out, so the next time we get together we should have a video for sure. So yeah, I guess that's it. This is probably a relatively short episode, which is fine because, like I said, I got a hangover. I got a hangover, and y'all know I don't eat in the morning, so my stomach is like,
you need to.
Time to eat. Yep. So, all right. Well.
Yeah. Just everybody know that I'm not even going to say hashtag at this point, because just like statistics, I don't want to be another hashtag, but Black women do matter. Black lives matter. And we fed up. We more than fed up.
Period. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So, y'all have a safe week. We about to start a new week. Y'all know we got the playlist coming out tomorrow for, to get back and forth through the week. And am I missing anything?
Nope. Stay positive, and we'll see y'all next week.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye.
Bye.